The Ministry of Regional Development has made 3 conclusions based on their experience of working with mono cities in terms of attracting investments. First, it is necessary to develop special plans for territorial development. As a matter of fact, 5 years ago, an instruction was issued that all regions have to develop such plans. Almost all the regions have now completed that work. About 75% of municipalities have also completed the territorial development plans. Why do we need this? Well, we saw clearly when there is no clear development plan in a city or in a particular region, the attraction of investors of any single investor takes about 2 years. In the context of mono cities, we have now developed a policy whereby all the mono cities that want to attract foreign investment have to prepare such area development plans. The second component of a necessary component of any success story is to develop special investment policies. And we roll out successful experiences. And the third component is the quality of urban environment. All investors today tend to very carefully consider the quality of social network in the city, health network, and educational institutions. That has become very important and has become a major focus for all investment. A lot of work is being dedicated to researching the potential of human resources and on developing the methodology for that. And I would like to thank all the regions who have been involved in this work that's now being completed. Can I also note that today the establishment of science parks or industrial parks in municipalities has proved very effective, especially when there is necessary infrastructure built for that purpose, the so-called greenfields. And whenever there is an anchor investor attracted to such areas, our experience has demonstrated out of the 50 cities that received state support, 27 have established such as science parks. And now that some of those parks have attracted anchor investors, some of those parks now have 5, 7, or there are even 11 investors in the Science Park of Tatarstan. Within the framework of modernization program, there is a requirement that any company that forms a mono city has to produce long-term development plans for the period until 2015 or 2020. Normally, any modernization programs mean that there is a certain amount of talent of human resource is being freed up. We are also providing support to brownfields development, whereby jointly the city administration and our council, we make sure that any idle capacities can be used for developing other manufacturing capacities, because there is spare capacity in terms of roadways, in terms of electrical grid, which all helps to accelerate the implementation of investment initiatives. The last thing I would like to say, from our experience of cooperating with Vneshekonom Bank, we saw clearly how difficult it may be for an investor to access manufacturing sites or to access any particular regions, even when there is a developed infrastructure, because there are certain administrative barriers and there are difficulties in terms of the preparation of necessary paperwork. we are now allocating grants to project officers whose purpose is to provide necessary assistance to potential investors in terms of their paperwork and the preparation of investment cases. We believe that these measures should, in the nearest term, help accelerate the attraction of investment and to reduce the cycle times for investors and to simplify procedures. That's, in brief terms, what I wanted to share with you. Yuri, first of all, the first question I would like to ask, since we now have investors in the audience, both Russian and foreign, which regions would you say have been the most successful in terms of their investment projects? Well, I believe we've got representatives of a few regions here. Well, this is a difficult question because we are focusing on the most problematic regions, on the most depressed areas, because they naturally have more problems to deal with. I have been talking about experience in the Republic of Tatarstan, but upon the whole, we are striving to provide necessary assistance to all regions who have problems. We have a certain investment fund which has been underfunded for a few years, but still there are certain funds available for support of regions to help them to fund infrastructure development. Yes, I believe I escaped a direct answer to your question, but anyway, there are, I think, about 15 regions who can be called the leading regions, and they are very actively involved in this work. Upon the whole, we are trying to focus on those regions that are not that successful, and many of those regions boast a lot of talent and very high potential human resource, and it's not being used in the full range. It's not being used to the full. There is some spare talent to be used. And we are also developing targeted programs designed to attract investment to those areas that are rich in high-quality human resource.